In the next session, I have the pleasure of interviewing an exceptional individual who contributes in different ways to advancing the blockchain technologies. Please welcome Mr. Moshe Hogeg, Chairman, Singularity and Technology Group. How are you?
I'm good. We won yesterday, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody knows, but Moshe Hogeg is also the chairman of Beitar Yerushalayim, Beitar Jerusalem.
We had a good game yesterday. After 8 years, we won in Beersheba, so we had a good night.
And you're from Beersheba.
And I'm from Beersheba, yeah.
So it wasn't easy.
It was interesting.
Mixed emotions?
Not so much, no.
Okay, let's talk some blockchain. In the recent weeks, we've heard about Mr. Jack Dorsey, the founder and CEO of Twitter. He announced that he's going to stay in Africa for 6 months in order to explore Bitcoin and blockchain. When are you going to announce that you are moving to Africa?
Yeah, so sometimes when you come to a place that is considered to be not advanced, it's actually the best place to bring innovation, right? Because the advanced countries, if it's Israel or America, the infrastructure is so deep that it's very, very hard to change everything. Go explain to someone that something that is working is need to be fixed. It's a very complicated task. So I think it makes a lot of sense. If you look at cellular, for example, I think a lot of cellular innovations comes from Africa. There's no landlines. So same thing you can implement with using blockchain technology in order to not only transfer value, but also to write the rights of property, land, and other things in the country.
Do you have anything that's going on right now in blockchain in Africa, with blockchain in Africa?
I'm guessing that I invested in some company. I know Banco is doing some things in Africa, and I'm an investor over there, but no, actively, me personally, not yet.
So can you tell us a bit about what you are doing with blockchain and how do you, what's your plans to advance the use of blockchain?
Yeah, so I think there's two main things. When you want to build something, the infrastructure is the most important thing. And we had something mixed up in our industry. 2 years ago, on this stage, the number of people that wanted to come into this kind of conferences was unbelievable. Okay? You couldn't fit 10 times this hall because of the demand. What happened was, actually, in my opinion, started with Banco. When 10 guys out of a garage raised $150 million in 2 hours, it created kind of a rush for gold worldwide. And applications came before infrastructure. And this is a big problem. To bring application before infrastructure, and we see the results now. Okay, so if you and Bitcoin is the good one. Okay, if you look at Ether, it was 1400, now it's 130, something like that. And the other altcoins went down 90, 95, 99% sometimes. And the reason is, I think, infrastructure. So regulators, I don't know how to say, I wanted to say did a good job stopping this, but I don't think it's a good job to stop this. We see that when you want to deal with value transfer and with security, which is a valuable thing, you cannot do that without the government support. Okay? You need to have the regulators understanding this and supporting this and putting the right framework to work. And so far what we see regulators do we see projects like Telegram, projects like Libra, being stopped by regulators, mainly in America, and this reflects to the rest of the world. And this is a bad thing. Now, I have no question that eventually it will come. They cannot stop this, they can delay it. But they're doing a good job of delaying it. And I really hope that the trade war between China and America will bring to a point that America wouldn't be able to stay behind when the Chinese president say that he's supporting this. I don't think that America can stay behind. And if I'm reading the map correctly, it will result the approval of Libra.
When you're talking about the numbers and the decline in the value of the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, the question is that needs to be asked: is it a bubble?
Is it that?
A bubble?
Yes, I think. But you know, the internet was a bubble also. So we are too excited about the bubble war. Yes, it was a bubble. But just like if you look at the 10 interesting fields when the internet at the beginning of the 2000s was a big bubble. It was a big bubble crash. Every company that had a .com went up in the stock exchange like crazy, and in the private market even higher. It doesn't mean that internet is not valuable and that internet is not meaningful. It was. We see that. So look at the kind of people that are interested about blockchain. Not only about making money, about blockchain. Look at the people that are researching blockchain. Those are very smart people and very advanced kind of community. This is very good. So I think that the minds and the brains, the brain power are in this industry. And you know, you mentioned before I own Beitar Jerusalem, so for me a diehard fan is not someone that coming to the games when you win all the time. It's coming to the games when you lose, right? So seeing this kind of audience 2 years after the big bubble and a year after the crash means that there's very smart people and there's a lot of reason to be optimistic about the future.
So what's missing? A better user experience, a killer app?
Yeah, for sure. So as I said, I think that there's three things needs to come. Okay, first, or together in parallel, we need the regulators to work with us. We need someone that is brave and smart and innovative.
But I want to stop you because when people are hearing the word blockchain, they're obviously thinking about money laundering and terror and drugs because of the uses of Bitcoin.
But those are all slogans. You know, if people that really understand blockchain actually understand that blockchain is the best weapon to attack those things. Okay, so you know, people say, "Oh, where did this Bitcoin came from?" First of all, I don't remember when I go to the grocery store and I buy something and I get cash out of the cashier. I don't know where this money came from, right? So you don't ask someone when he give you $100 bill whether this money is drug money or something like that. With Bitcoin, you can actually do that. You know, when I heard that Hamas is raising money with Bitcoin, I said, that's great, they're so stupid, they don't understand that we can track everything and the trace of the money is so easy to understand. There's companies like Chainalysis and others. By the way, there is other coins, like Green and all the Wimble protocol. There are ways to money launder. And I think regulators should definitely fight this, okay? But things like Bitcoin and others, we should have a framework. We should have regulation in place in order to thrive. Now, regulation is one thing. Two things that I think will push this entire industry is stable coins and security tokens. You're asking me where I'm investing my money and my time in those fields. Stable coins and security tokens. Stablecoins because I think that if you need to have a strong economy, it's very hard to treat something as money when you don't know what the price would be in 10 seconds. Okay? You can't do business like this. You need to know that I gave you merchandise, you gave me value, and this value stays. So that's one thing. And there's many interesting projects. Some of them we'll present today. Second thing is security tokens, which I think is the biggest. And I'll explain in 2 minutes why. So, when we saw the boom of the ICOs, what was that? Okay, it was a company trying to figure out a way, a crooked way, like that, to say to the audience, if you believe in my idea, you can have a way to become a partner, but there's a regulatory issues, so let's figure out how to do utility tokens that are still will reflect the success or failure of the company, but it's not in the regulatory framework. The best thing would be to say to you in a very clear way, come and buy equity in my company, not utility. Buy security with the framework. If I profit, you'll profit. If I lose, you lose. But like that. And when the regulation will find a way to allow us to work like that, and I know that in Herzog Fox Neiman, Ronnie Cohen-Pavon is working very hard on making that happen with other partners around the globe. And I'm optimistic about it. Once this will happen, we will have, the public will have the way to enjoy, look at this country. This is the startup nation. Only guys like me are enjoying that. And that's a shame. Why my neighbor, why my brother, why my uncle from Beersheba? Yes, he cannot invest $1 million into a startup. And this startup, he cannot IPO in the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange or in Nasdaq. It's too small. It's an idea. But my uncle in Beersheba, he has $1,000 and he wants to invest. He believes in the idea. So he wants to take 1 million and make it one time 20 million or 50 million. But for him to make $1,000, $50,000, that's a lot. And yes, he can lose $1,000 if the company fails. But he wants to be part of this dream. He believes in the idea, he believes in the CEO, he believes in the team. He wants to be part of that. And today the regulators are stopping us. When we have this in place, then you will see huge push forward of this entire industry. And this would be the killer app. ICOs was a killer app, but it was in a crooked way. Security tokens is the right way to do that.
So, and what do you think about Libra? Will that can happen? Can that bring the stable coin that you are looking for?
100%. So, what is a stable coin? We're talking about digital currency. I don't know, most of my money, I look at it on the computer, right? If we all go to the bank and we ask for paper money, in some countries we will get 7.5% of the money, in some countries 5%, I think in Israel it's around 10%. But 90% of our money is also digital, okay? So what are we talking? We're talking about same digital money, but in a way that we control it, not that the bank controls it. And this is a big scare thing for the bank and also for some government. And it's, for me, it's a bit scary as a citizen. When I see that America can stop a project like Telegram, which is not American. They're not sitting in America. They raise some money from Americans. They're willing to give back the money to the Americans. But still, the SEC wouldn't stop fighting them. For me, it's scary. When you try to think of a free world, you like to think of democracy and free world. When you see that someone has the ability to go to Switzerland and take your money, to go to Israel and take your money, that's scary. And blockchain in some way frees us. It gives you it gives you your right to control and really own your assets. And I think that if governments are really supporting free war and not dictatorship, then they shouldn't be afraid of that.
So why do you think that's the answer for countries in Africa and third world countries all over the world?
First of all, I don't think there's a magic solution. I don't think that if we bring a blockchain to Africa, tomorrow Africa would become America. Okay? There's no magic solution. But it's definitely better than what's happening right now. The ability to transfer value, the ability to even fund local businesses in Africa. There's an organization called Kiva, and it's doing a lot of business in Africa. And it allows you to lend $10, $100 to grocery stores in Africa. And it's a small business, but let me tell you something. It's a very good return. You give $100, you get $110. It's $10, it's 10%. Show me where can you do 10% a year on your money. And in Africa, you can even make 20% on your money, but with long term. So I think, and Kiva is small. I don't know how many people know Kiva, but you can welcome to check kiva.org and see that. So I definitely think that when we make the ability to transfer value among people, among ideas, among businesses, in a very easy, non-frictional way. You spoke about user experience. The user experience is, God, it's the worst ever, right? You need to have courses, complete courses to understand how this gas works.
We need to have conferences like this to explain what's blockchain.
Conferences, and you know, even me, yesterday I made a big transaction, even me, I sent 0.1, I verified that he got it, and then I sent the rest. Can you imagine you calling the bank and saying to your bank, okay, I need to wire $10,000 to this account, please send $1 before, let's verify, see if he got it, and then we'll send the rest. It's a joke. The user experience is so bad. And we need companies like Facebook, like Telegram, companies that know about user experience, companies that ask the users, the real users, the users that doesn't care that it's blockchain. Who cares that it's blockchain? Blockchain is the technology, the engine. My mom, she doesn't care. She wants to transfer the value, that's all.
Yeah, but your mom also care about her information and her privacy. And when speaking about companies like Facebook, who had a lot of controversies in the past few years, are they the right player to handle this kind of data, this our money?
I hear you. This is why I definitely think that regulation should be in place. I think that Facebook did the right thing, opening a foundation, and there is ways to protect our data, even on the blockchain. There's very sharp minds. I think that if regulation will say it's allowed, but under A, B, C, D, E, it will happen. Blind minds will sit, will think, and they will solve the challenges and solve the issues. But first, we need to understand that stopping this progress is only damaging everyone.
And the Israeli tech, do you believe the Israeli tech scene will be a part of it?
Israel is always part of technology. There's many reasons. It's not the time to mention them all. But I think that the past is a good indicator for the future. But again, also, I'm like trying to put it very strong. We need a brave head of regulation in countries to be innovative, and we can actually solve. You spoke about money laundering. We can make it better. You know what? We cannot solve it. We can make it better than the situation right now.
So when you look at the future, how far is it from us?
You know, at the second a project like Libra or Telegram will be approved, I think you will have a singularity effect. And it will happen very quickly, and you'll see the value of Bitcoin, of all this industry skyrocket. But that's not the main thing. This is only the result of what will happen when those projects will be approved. When they will be approved, I think it's when. I cross my fingers that in 2020 it will be approved. You know, Telegram in February will be in court in America. I think they have a good case, and I have a lot of tokens, so I pray for them to succeed.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. But it's, you know what? Seriously, I will give up all of my money over there if you promise me that this project will happen, because it's important for the industry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.